What if I told you that books have a secret superpower that can change your life? That the easiest way to jump into somebody else's shoes and see what's going on is to pick up a book and read. That the easiest way to figure out how a visual minority lives their life is to read one of their books. Books can change our lives and our minds in a lot of unexpected ways. They can literally take us out of our body and put us in the mind of somebody else and see what it's like to live out a few moments in their shoes. And it can also attach us to that character and to start making us root for them or against them. It has improved memory focus. It can enhance your critical thinking and problem solving. It expands your vocabulary. It stimulates your imagination. It reduces stress. Emotional processing is improved. A sense of connection to people, inspiration and motivation. It has a lot of different benefits to it. And it honestly, I'm going to be going over a lot of studies in this video as well later on in the video and going over statistics. And I think a lot of them are going to shock a lot of people. Now, I know a lot of people don't read because either they have difficulty with it, they can't read, or they just have a lot of misconceptions about it. And so I'm just going to go over a few misconceptions and realities. A misconception is learning to read is a natural process. Well, speaking as a natural process, reading is not. It requires explicit instruction and practice. It's just like any other skill. The more you use it, the better you'll get. So the more you read, the faster you'll get at reading. The more you'll be able to pick apart words and understand them. The more you'll be able to understand what you're actually reading. Fluency is the most important skill. Well, fluency is important. It shouldn't come at the expense of comprehension. Skilled readers are both fluent and comprehend what they read. So just because you're fluent at reading and you can read really fast does not mean you're good at it. You actually have to comprehend what you're reading. There's a lot of people that I know that blow through like 20 to 30 books a month, but then I start questioning them on the books that they've read that I've read as well, and it's amazing how little they were able to actually remember and comprehend of that book. And at that point, it's kind of like, great that you're reading, but you're not comprehending what you're reading, so you're actually gaining extremely little from it. You're sharpening your mind, yes, but you're not using your full brain. And I'm actually going to go over that in the book as well, and in this video as well. If you read correctly and comprehend what you read, you're actually exercising your entire brain. And I even have a picture about that as well. But if you don't comprehend what you read, that's just as good. That's almost only a little better than not reading at all. Reading problems are due to lack of effort and intelligence. That's another misconception. Struggling readers may have underlying difficulties with specific skills like phonological processing or language comprehension, not a lack of effort. Those people, it's definitely not a lack of effort. They put a ton of effort into it. If you know someone that's going through that, definitely get behind them and help them, but it's definitely not a lack of effort. Phonics instruction is a drill and kill. Phonics is a foundation that helps students decode words, and it can be taught in very engaging ways. I got a few ways here. You can play games with your kids. Use phonics bingo, word sorts, or even I Spy games with letters and sounds. You can do interactive activities, involve children in activities like letter hunts, building words with magnetic letters, or using Play-Doh to form letters. Multi-sensory activities incorporate activities that engage in different senses, such as writing letters in sand, shaving cream, or Play-Doh. So it doesn't have to be a drill and kill. You can actually have kids have fun while they learn how to read. Yeah, a lot of these struggles and misconceptions that stop people, they're very, very easy to hurdle over. Most of it, it's just as simple as picking up a book and giving it your best shot. If it takes you a month or a year to get through a book, that really doesn't matter, so long as you enjoyed what you read or you learned about something new. So when I'm breaking into the superpowers of books, one of the biggest ones, one of the most well-known superpower is knowledge acquisition, vocabulary and comprehension. Reading exposes you to new words and sentence structures, improving your vocabulary and comprehension skills. This in turn enhances your ability to learn and understand complex information. So you can go from just kind of a simple mind to a more complex mind, understand more complex problems. Your information retention increases. Engaging the text requires focus and attention, which strengthens your memory and cognitive function. Your critical thinking goes right through the roof. Analyzing characters, plots, themes, and books encourages critical thinking and problem solving skills. But the most important function of reading is your empathy building. You're taking another person's perspective. Reading, especially fiction, allows you to step into someone's shoes, just like I stated at the beginning of this video, of different characters and experiences from the world, from their viewpoints. This fosters empathy and understanding of diverse experiences. So if you find yourself wondering about the issues of any visual minority, just pick up a book that gives you the viewpoint of that visual minority, and just start reading, and you'll actually start to understand a lot about them, and you kind of put yourself in their shoes, and it will build your empathy towards them. Your emotional awareness by encountering characters who experience a range of emotions. Uh, you develop a greater awareness of your own feelings and emotions from others by this. Your social skills get enhanced, and that's something people don't understand. Reading about social interactions and relationships can actually improve your own understanding of the social dynamics and enhance your communication skills. So when you're reading about someone who is in an awkward situation, and you can actually learn a lot from that by just reading through it and how they deal with it, how that developed, how it resulted, you could even break it apart of what they could have done better. You also get a mental escape when you read, because you're sent into different worlds, and the mental escape can be a stress reducer. Reading can help calm and be a relaxing activity. It helps reduces stress and anxiety levels. So if you're a person who has high anxiety, reading might be your thing. Mindfulness, focusing on a book, can help you present in the moment and forget about external worries. Reading stimulates your imagination and creativity, allowing you to explore new worlds and possibilities. Now, a personal story about me: when I was reading the autobiography of Malcolm X, I'm a Canadian, so I know that racism is a problem in the United States. I just didn't realize how big of an issue it was. But reading from the perspective of Malcolm X really opened my eyes to why racism is an issue. And I definitely recommend reading that book as well. Again, it's the autobiography of Malcolm X, and I suggest buying the one that Malcolm X himself wrote. But it kind of puts it in his perspective. So you can actually know what he's thinking about it, and what he thought about racism and different aspects of his life. It was a real eye opener, and I personally suggest other people do it as well. So as promised, I have the picture of the brain here, and as you can see, it does exercise all the brain. The frontal lobe with the speech and sounds, the input and the output. The parietal lobe, as well as the temporal lobe with word analysis, sounding symbol connection, and the occipital lobe, as well as the temporal lobe for letter and word recognition. So the more you read, the more you actually exercise all the different parts of your brain. So just think about how and this is gonna sound lame, but it's actually true, and I'm going to show it in statistics. Just think about how sharper your mind will be if you read for 20 minutes every single day. You don't have to read for hours a day. You can read for 20 minutes a day, and it'll actually sharpen your mind. Because again, you're working out every single different function of your brain, and you're making it that much sharper. Now here's the difference maker. This is a chart that shows the difference between 20 minutes a day and for between student A, B, and C. Student A reads for 20 minutes a day, student B for 5, student C for 1. They will hear 1,800,000 words for student A, 282,000 for student B, just 8,000 for student C for 1 minute a day. They will have read for 851 hours by the 6th grade for student A, 212 hours for student B, 42 hours for student C. Now here's the difference maker. On standardized tests, they will score better than 90% of everybody else for student A. That's for 20 minutes a day. Now that's for just reading, and even for 10 minutes, and even the student who read for 1 minute a day still scored better than 10% of everybody else. That's for 1 minute a day. And so even a little bit of reading sharpens the mind, and you need to remember that. Now here's my favorite benefit. Reading can reduce stress levels by as much as 68%, even more than listening to music or even going for a walk. So all you people that love to listen to music and listen to loud music, and you say that you listen to music for your stress relief. Well, guess what? Studies actually show that reading can actually reduce your stress levels more than listening to that music ever will. So there's more reasons to read than reasons not to read. It makes you more intelligent, it sharpens your mind, and it also reduces your stress levels. Now, in the world of social media, here's the most important part. Because everybody is a keyboard warrior and defending all their values and insulting others, empathy. And you can see the three main functions of empathy: love, caring, and communication. And then you see what happens when you start to mixing the three up. You get relating, you get nurturing, you get understanding. Now, when you empathize with people, it's your brain and your heart coming together. And the best way to make this work is by reading, because reading puts you in the perspective of other people. You're reading about other people's stories, other people's experiences, and that will have you empathizing with other people's experience a lot more. Now, everybody always tries to become a better person. They're always trying to improve on themselves. They always want to be more loving, more nurturing. Everybody wants to be judged in a positive light by other people. I don't care what you say. Nobody wants everybody just looking at them thinking that they're a dirtbag. And the best way, and this studies do prove this, as I've been showing, is by reading, because you're putting yourself in someone else's shoes and you're reading about their experiences. Your heart unintentionally goes out to them and it helps you empathize. That is literally practicing empathy. And so if you can practice something and perfect it, empathy is definitely one of the functions you want to perfect. So if you read, you will become more empathetic. You will become more in touch with your feelings, as lame as that does sound. Like I was saying in this video, 83% of students who read stated that it helped them understand people that are different from them. 81% said that reading helped them develop empathy, and another 81% stated that reading actually helped the students see themselves in the characters of the books that they were reading. Now there's that different perspective again, seeing yourself in somebody else's shoes, helping build empathy, understanding people who are different from you. Those are all very, very important things that people need to learn in their life. And you're seeing it in these statistics that reading is the best way to do it. Now, one thing that I think we can all agree on is Gen Z is probably the most what you would call liberal generation that has come out so far. And here you see more studies. 55% of Gen Z stated that they read once a week or more. 40% said that they read every day. And out of Gen Z, 79% state that they choose books based on diversity and representation. So if any authors out there are looking at this video, take a look at that last statistic. If you want to write a book, make sure you put some diversity in there, because 79% of this generation states that they choose books based on diversity and representation. So look at that. The generation that is seen as the most inclusive generation, the generation that is seen as having the least amount of racists in their generation, love to read. And when they read, they choose books based on visual representation and diversity. Now, this last one is for the parents out there that are trying their hardest to get their kids to read. The easiest way for, as you can see here, to get your kid to read is just to have them pick the book. 89% of kids agree that their favorite books are the ones that they picked out themselves. 88% of kids say that they're more likely to finish a book if they pick the books out themselves, and 82% state that they feel a sense of accomplishment if they finish a book. So as you can see here, kids who pick their own book finish the book, and they feel a sense of achievement from finishing the book, making them more apt to continue reading. Now, I have a 5-year-old daughter and I have a 3-year-old daughter, so I understand parents, sometimes your kids wandering around and they're taking forever to pick a book. But honestly, the long-term benefits that kid gains from picking out their own book and finishing it far outweigh the short-term gains of you just picking a book and saying you're going to love this one and running home, because they might not like the book you pick, but there's an 89% chance that they will love the book that they pick. So just to kind of go over what we went through, reading books are a gateway to vast ocean of information, allowing readers to learn about different subjects, cultures, and perspectives. Consists of reading. Consistent reading, exposes individuals to new words, phrases, enriching their vocabulary, and improving your communication skills, and basically, for the lack of better terms, sounding smart. It reduces your stress. That's the biggest one. Immersing yourself in a book can be a powerful way to relax and escape from daily stressors, promoting mental health. And like I showed you, it can actually reduce your stress more than walking or even listening to music. It improves your focus and your concentration. Because it requires focused attention, helping to sharpen concentration and improve focus. Skills that can be beneficial in everyday life. Your emotional intelligence and empathy is greatly increased, as I showed you, by connecting their two characters and their experiences. Readers can actually develop empathy and emotional intelligence, understanding different perspectives and emotions. Like I stated, when I read Malcolm X, his autobiography, that opened my eyes to not only that racism is bad, that why it is bad. As a white man, I mean, going through school, having people tell me that racism is bad, racism is bad, racism is bad, and they told me why it's bad from a white person's perspective, but when you read of why it's bad from a black person's perspective, when you read about someone getting torn out of their home by police and firefighters, as the police and firefighters actually ignite their homes on fire, you start to actually see why, the real reason why it's bad. Creativity and imagination, it increases that tenfold. It ignites your imagination. It transports you to fantastical worlds and inspires creative thinking. Your writing skills are definitely increased. You're exposed to individuals to different writing styles, which can improve on your own writing abilities. And the mental health benefits are tenfold. Reading can be a therapeutic activity, and it can provide you an escape and help you to improve your overall mental health. So there's really every reason to read, and there's, like we went over in the struggles and misconceptions, there's literally no reason not to read. You gain all the benefits, and there's really no downside to reading. So make sure you pick up a book and read. So that's it for now. So just share with me your own favorite books or reading experiences in the comment section. We'll go over that. I'll make sure I reply to every comment. Hit like, and if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, just go over to the video of why villain perspectives are getting more popular. I think you'll like that one as well, because it goes deep into the psychology of reading as well. And I'll catch you on the next one.